Nigeria. I bet you and I say Yamana Yeton, and look, and on what is from Mudia Bahano. I dare no, we are wholesalers, and I retailers.
For people, one thing, they want to have all the profits in the world on it. And so if people discover these Nigerians who are ready to make life and business, serious-minded people, they know Nigeria has a lot of people. Everybody is selling. And so if that market is saturated and I'm in Ghana, should I come and overprice my goods so that it gets rotten? I will reduce it and make my small profit and rather sell more and make more money.
Listen, if you're from Ghana, if you're from South Africa, if you're from Burkina Faso, if you're from Cameroon, you know, all these countries that are beginning to get their shit together, I want you to listen to me very carefully. And possibly what I'm going to tell you right now is so important that you should have to share it to other parts of your brothers or towards your brothers and sisters for the sake of Africa. If you're from Ghana, as long as you're not from Nigeria, if all these countries that are beginning to go towards development, listen to me. There is a reason I want to post this message. Because listen, these developing African countries are the ship or platform at which other Africans may have to depend when the looming storm would come. They would be the country that will salvage Africa as a whole when the looming storm would come. And what I'm going to tell you right now, I'm using Nigeria as a reference point. And Nigerians cannot deny it, even though they try as much as possible to deny it. Listen, if you're from Ghana, if you're from South Africa, all these countries that are developing and getting their shit together, listen to me, please. Corruption is a disease that eats deep into your system. You see, corruption, the bad thing, the worst thing about corruption is that when such habit is being built, it's so easy, you don't know. It's so enticing. But when it begins to eat you deep, it's so hard for you to save yourself from such. You would stay happy for the rest of your life, if not becoming a person that had given up. For example, Nigerians had given up. And let me tell you something. Nigerians are unhappy. A greater number of people will get shocked when I say that Nigerians are unhappy, owing to the intrinsic corrupt nature and mentality in almost every Nigerian. As a people or as a person, Nigerians are living in happiness. The evidence is their crave or the move to party. You see, that's one thing you have to understand about pleasure. Nigerians go for parties. You will see our increasing crave and nut to party, to drink, to always merry. It's not because we're happy. It's because we're looking for distraction from that innate unhappiness that we have. We had given up. I'm pretty sure this thing, I don't have to stress this thing towards African countries that witnessed corruption in the past and were able to live through it to become a developing country. You don't want to go back to being corrupt. Ghana, you don't want to go back to what you were before. South Africans, I'm pretty sure I don't have to talk about this because I'm pretty sure you people have tested before and after. What Nigerians are going through, it has eaten us deep, that we are living our lives without hope. We are living our lives without happiness. That's why Nigerians are breaking through, going to every other African country to distract themselves, or any other country in the world to distract themselves. And let me tell you something you should know. If you think that a Nigerian that traveled to the UK seeking for succor and maybe thriving based on money, do you understand, is happy, you've got some other thing coming to your mind. You should go and check that person. Do you know that, let me tell you, do you know that it is as a result of our hopelessness that we have settled to defining money as success? It is as a result of our hopelessness and our having given up, that makes us, consolation. When we say that money, how much you have right now is how successful you are, it is because we're frustrated. It's a consolational or a consolative statement to make, just for us to go on and, distract other people from things. Nigerians are wailing. Nigerians are unhappy. Nigerians are intrinsically crying. Nigerians are inwardly, we are crying. See, that is why every country we come to want to destroy, because we are frustrated. That is why Ghanaians, any Nigerian coming into your country should be checked. You don't want to allow that little loophole to start emphasizing in creating a corrupt system. Because see, let me tell you, we all know the story of the devil, how he came down from heaven, right? And now, owing to the fact that he knows he has no hope, what does he do? He goes around looking for people to convert, to destroy, to tame their life. such that others will not have hope. These are the things that Nigerians are doing in other African countries. They go to your other countries, they want to tarnish, they want to deteriorate you because they themselves are already deteriorated. We are not happy. This is a message that I am clearly sending to, see, don't let Nigerians make you believe that money is a measuring standard for success. That is what we had made ourselves believe, owing to the fact that we're frustrated. We have no hope.
Testing the microphone. Testing the microphone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear? If you can, let me know in the comment section. Yes, welcome back to another episode right here on the table. I mean the table of vibes upon vibes with Chivik. You know what the time is and you know what it is. Right here, we say it just the way it is. Raw and undiluted. Without sentiment, without bias, without minding whose alt is guards. Nothing but the bitter and the brutal truth. I told you all, this 2025 is definitely a year of unveiling every form of lies, deceit, and what? Criminality. Every form of corruption, any which way whatsoever. As long as we are seeking and rooting for the betterment of our nations, our countries, as citizens from West Africa down to Africa and Africa to the world. Last year, we had a lot of series on my other channel, Chivik Inspirations, from infrastructure down to the educational sector and all whatnot. And this year, right here on this platform, my kind of content is definitely going to be very in-depth, diversified, more intentional, and most importantly, educative, inspiring, motivating, captivating, and most importantly, standing out for the truth. So the question is, are you ready? I said, are you ready? Let me take off my glasses and let's talk. In case you don't know, I react to real life experience, real life issues. I react to growth, development, infrastructures. I react to anything that would definitely bring growth, development, positivity to countries in West Africa, down to Africa and Africa to the world, particularly the motherland Ghana right here. And if you don't know, I stand to represent the country Ghana from this platform that is taking Ghana out to represent with other nations. And on the other channel, Chivik Inspirations, I do it Ghana, Nigeria, any other country, as long as West Africa is concerned. So guys, quickly, let's delve into the business of today. I suppose at this point, you all know what it is. You know what is cooking and trending in the motherland Ghana. The past few hours, the past 24 hours, has been a hit yet with my own brother. I love this guy so much. djpokarich. You know why I love him? I love him because he's trying to create the bond between Nigeria and Ghana. And in as much as he's doing that, it's definitely not going to be easy because the rivalry will always be there. The misunderstanding, the different opinions from different citizens of Ghana, Nigeria will always stand out, right? But in as much as we have our differences, he still tries to portray Nigeria on the positive in the way he best understands, right? And I do not have the right to tell him what to do on his platform. Neither does anybody have the right to do so to anyone. The platform we have and have been given by the virtue and mandate of YouTube or social media is for us to air our different opinions, our objectives, our 2 cents, our mindsets in a rational way that at the end of the day, it does not bewitch, demean, demote anyone, any citizen, but just saying it just the way it is. I love his perspective in most of his videos, right? But today I want us to look at what is trending on his channel. And if you might say it doesn't concern me, just the way most people want to twist the narrative to say, hey, what's your business? Like they say, you are not in Ghana, why do you talk about Ghana and why are you interested in Ghana? He is neither in Nigeria, but he's talking about trending and updates of Nigerians' issues and happenings, right? So it's only people who are shallow and daft that will definitely come up with that narrative. And that's why it's always on my description to tell you to listen, watch the full video to comprehend and understand. I know why I always say that in all my descriptions in my videos, right? Because I know that some people are so daft and shallow-minded thinkers in the sense that they do not listen to comprehend and to understand. They just summarize on the wrong narrative based off sentiment bias and emotional opinions, and I do not deal on sentiment, emotions and bias. I say things just the way it is, the truth and nothing but the truth, no matter how it is. I do not paint it because I don't want you to like me, because I am saying something to please you, but I want you to see that I'm saying it the way it should be, right? And I came prepared with my red beret in case you don't know. See, apart from doing YouTuber, naturally I'm supposed to be a psychologist, and in the educational aspect, right? And on the other hand, the spiritual way, I'm supposed to be a prophetess, because I see from afar, I can tell you whom you are. And for some time now, I have read Ghanaians, I've understood them, I've taken my time to observe them. If I open my mouth in summary to tell you about Ghanaians, you will shudder. You'll be like, how did I get to know that? That's the gift. It's a gift. I don't need to see you one-on-one to tell you what I feel and understand about your personality and your character. Once I am able to communicate with you, or I observe you 1, 2, 3 times, I'm done with you. That's a gift. I was born that way. But that's not why we're here today. I needed to put this out so that people who go to take people's video, twist the narrative to suit their wicked, bewitching and selfish interests, should take note and be warned, right? Just as I'm reacting to this video, based on the fact that the other day, the Ghanaian women market traders came out in their numbers, right, out there in Ghana, to lament and complain on the media about how they feel concerning Nigerian traders in Ghana.
Nigeria, Nigeria, I bet you and I say, Yamana, and on what is from
for people, one thing, they want to have all the profit in the world on it. And so if people discover these Nigerians who are ready to make life and business, serious-minded people, they know Nigeria has a lot of people. Everybody is selling. And so if that market is saturated and I'm in Ghana, should I come and overprice my goods so that it gets rotten? I will reduce it and make my small profit and rather sell more and make more money. The truth, we seek to speak the truth to power. We say it as it is because truth economy is just one, and sometimes it's bitter, it's painful, and so when you speak, a lot of people will disagree with you, but we have to say it as it is. Some Ghanaian market women, not all of them, some Ghanaian market women came out in their numbers to make certain complaints. They are mothers, we love them. Mothers, market women, mothers, hardworking. But I need to look at them in the face and tell them that what they said is bogus. Sense really know the inside. Mommy, our mothers. And I'll explain the reason why I'm saying this. In all this, their complaints are Nigerians that they buy from them to sell, which means they are wholesalers and they are retailers. They have also joined the market and they are also selling, which I don't know how truthful it is, but I would share my own experience and stuff that I know.
Right? And my brother djpokarich felt like reacting to it, okay? And I will tell you where I agree and where I disagree. We can always agree to disagree. We can always disagree to agree. But at the end of the day, do we have a common understanding? Do we have a common base? That is the crux of the matter and the question we should be asking. Now, he reacted to that video and made some points. First off, he emphasized on the fact that the women, his mothers that he so loved as Ghanaian women who are traders, are talking crap, if I understand that very well. He said their talk no makes sense, right? And he capitalized also on the grounds that prior before this exposition of the market women, Ghanaian market traders, coming out to express their displeasure and discomfort, inconvenience about Nigerian traders, that originally most Ghanaian traders, right, are of the habit of overpricing their goods, putting their goods on a very high and exorbitant prices, and their lackadaisical, unserious attitude, I'm quoting him, right, towards customers, towards their customers, particularly Ghanaians and even non-Ghanaians, is a thing for them, has been a thing, and is a complaint to them as Ghanaian citizens, right? And they prefer that at the end of the day, they rather go to Nigerians or other foreigners who are selling to get that thing, happily, with the best customer relationship, interaction, and pricing at the end of the day. I think in summary, these were his points, and I get it. Like I said, everybody to their opinion, and so many Nigerians were really happy with what he said. Some even went as far as saying that there are so many Ghanaians in Nigeria who are traders and they sell petty trading, do different kind of businesses in Nigeria, and they Nigerians themselves patronizes them, right? But guys, I'm definitely going to state facts and figures and say it the way it is. First, on the grounds that, let's be realistic here, there are Nigerians, majority of them, that are traders in the country Ghana, and there are Ghanaian indigenous traders, right? Now the question will be, okay, what does the Traders Market Union says as their law? Because back here in Nigeria, we have the trade union, right, who are so specifically in charge of what? Regulating the prices of goods and services in the country. And this is a very strong body. They have other roles they play in terms of business, commerce, and the economy of the country in a nutshell. And I know for sure that in most West African and African countries, it is the same thing for them. I went in depthly to ask or research, what is it for Ghana about foreigners trading in Ghana? And I came to a conclusion and understanding that if you are a foreigner in Ghana and you want to do business, no matter the kind of business, trading, petty trading, retailing, owning a massive company or whatnot, you must be registered. Emphasis on being registered with the government and the trade union. Being registered and abiding to the rules and the laws of what the Trade Union Congress or Association has stipulated down for all traders, all business company owners, as long as the law of the country is concerned. That's what I got to find out, right? Please, I need you to watch and watch patiently. And at this point, let me remind you to hit the like button, like and share, subscribe if you're not, because this is a very sensitive conversation that it interests me because I am a Nigerian and speaking from the perspective and the angle of a Nigerian. I need us as Ghanaians, Nigerians, West Africans, Africans in general, to have this common knowledge and understanding from what I know, right? Now, if it is that on the grounds that foreigners are supposed to register and abide to those rules, then if the market women, the traders, are coming out to say Nigerians are not abiding to the rules, they are bringing down their prices, to spoil their own business, like they call them, say, you want spoil market for me, you want pause and some for my Gary, based on the fact that they bring down their prices, sell the way and manner they like to make quick fast money, quick gain, go back to their country like I learned, import goods even from their country. That's not my problem. Wherever Nigerians are getting their goods, it's not my problem, but it will be a problem for everybody if it's against the rule of the trade union policies, right? The trade union government and policies. But aside that, wherever you get your goods from, know that as Nigerians, this is another man's country. Let's take, for instance, you come to my house. You want to put up with me for a period of time. And I tell you that these are my rules, these are my laws, and this is how I want you to act and behave. Now, it is left for you to say, okay, it's suitable for me, or I can't cope, I can't deal with, and say, no, let me get out, let me go to somewhere else. I can't fit in. Simple as ABC. On the other hand, if you think you are convenient and okay with my rules, my laws, it's better to say, okay, fine, I can cope and abide to it. By so doing, we will not have any problem. And this is the bone of contention for this whole issue that we are addressing. The laws of a country. And that's where we Nigerians, most Nigerians, fail to understand, fail to comprehend, like make it make sense that people are telling you that this is how they sell their thing, this is how they do their thing in terms of business, in terms of other aspects, and you are trying to change it, trying to thwart it, trying to go against it, right? Against their own will. Remember, before, foreigners are the owners of the land, and they will always stand to be the owners of the land. If back home as Nigerians, we do not have laws, we are lawless and we are ungoverned, we are uncultured in our own laws, we have left porosity, loopholes for foreigners and other people to come take what we have, control us in our country. We are not nonchalant and reluctant about standing in gap for our country, standing for our laws and keeping to our laws in terms of businesses, in terms of leadership, in terms of corruption and all whatnot, then should not be a yardstick or a rubber stand for you to think that every other country will act and behave same as Nigerians or we Nigerians do. Look at the corruption, look at what is going on. And sometimes we try to, intermarry it with this narrative that Nigerians are very receptive, accommodating and welcoming. On what grounds? Is it by abiding to, or foreigners or people, visitors coming and abiding to the rules, the laws and regulations of our country, or we are just so careless about what we should hold responsible and accountable as our own? Now, don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with Nigerians going to Ghana, stay there legally, emphasis on legally, doing businesses, owning company, investments, trading and all whatnot. Emphasis on legally. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And there's nothing on the other hand wrong with Ghanaians in Nigerians, particularly in the big cities like Lagos, owning businesses, doing it. The question is, are Ghanaians legally registered? Are they legally existing there and doing their businesses? The answer should be yes or no. And I trust Nigerians that if Ghanaians who are there, or most foreigners who are there, are trying to overshadow, are trying to outsmart, are trying to downplay their own businesses. We've got it over the news how most foreigners are being treated, especially Ghanaians in Nigeria who are doing these handcrafted and raffia materials like goods that they produce, how they are being segregated and treated wrongly. It is a thing that Nigerians will definitely always want to show patronage, right? But let me make it make sense to us that these things, as djpokarich is claiming that there is high inflation by their own marketers, their own local indigenous traders, right? On them as citizens, is also a thing in Nigeria. We know these things happen. Like even online and offline, you want to buy a thing, you can definitely and will definitely see that same product. 1 naira here and you go there, you see it 1,000. You begin to imagine it happens back home here. The attitude and nonchalant attitude of traders, like business owners, is a thing that is personalized and individualized based on individuals' characteristics and their behavior. Everybody's different. There are still business owners that still run their businesses with all form of customer, good, outstanding and reputable customer relationship, no cap, both here in Nigeria and in Ghana. It depends on individuals. But where I want you all as Ghanaians to understand a thing is that do not wait for opportunities like this, like djpokarich did, to make it a point of reference, a point of emphasis, a point of complaint to your own people, your locals, your indigenous traders, your mothers, like you so said, who are complaining, to point it out to them that the inflation on the prices of their goods is a problem and a burden to you people. This is not the bone of contention here. If that has been a problem for you all as Ghanaians, because of a truth, I know that it is a problem to you people as Ghanaians. Yes, you people have been complaining or murmuring about it, and maybe complaining to these women, or the best you do is ignore them, right? If that has been a problem and it's a burden, why haven't you people, or why can't you people speak out, come out in your numbers and say enough is enough? This is not how we should live as citizens in Ghana. The government is not the cause for high rank in prices of our goods. Stop defrauding us, or stop inflating prices on us. We are all humans, and that is what we as Nigerians too should do, because it happens. You see, most times most individuals come up online and complain and rant about how they got this thing a certain price and they are seeing it a certain price. But remember, let me also point out the fact that before a goods gets to the last retailer, he or she must have bought from somebody that bought from somebody that bought from somebody. It depends, adding profit upon profit until it gets to the last person. So it might vary and become a reason why most times the last person selling that same goods here is different and the other person is different. The prices varies. But also know that naturally there are individuals that are naturally greedy, even though they bought that thing 100 naira, they will still want to sell it 1 million just because of greed. We have greedy people everywhere, both in Nigeria, both in Ghana. But why use this complaint, this opportunity of your mothers crying out loud of something that they feel is against the law, against their own policies, against their own benefits, to point it out to them that their inflation on the prices of their goods is a problem to you? Why haven't you people made it a forum to tackle that problem, an opportunity to tackle that problem as Ghanaians pure before now? You should have tackled it. You see, when I want to tell you the truth, I tell you nothing but the brutal truth. I tell you, if it has been a problem, why haven't you Ghanaians tackled that problem? It is left for us as Nigerians if we are facing the same challenges, because Africans will always be Africans. We mostly try to always want to reap ourselves. We are our own problems. I experience these things. You buy this thing, yeah, you go to Lagos. After all, in Lagos and in Port Harcourt, prices of goods varies because of the transportation that they bring it from year to year. So you should understand business. If you're a business-minded person and you're a rational human being, you should understand these things. If I go to Lagos, go to Onitsha, buy my goods and come back to Port Harcourt to say, you don't expect me to buy it, to sell you the same price. Even in Port Harcourt, if I go to a very far distance to buy a goods, the transportation and the stress and everything should be added to the profit. But I should be reasonable. I should be human enough to know that this price is okay for me to take as my profit back home. But there are still people that will not consider it that way. They will still want to hike the price and extort money from people. And you see, at the end of the day, such money does not benefit and profit individuals of such character and behavior, because you are robbing people of their hard-earned money. It is wrong even before God and man. That's the truth. So in a nutshell, do not say that your mothers or the market women do not have right to speak up or speak out where it is paining and itching them as the real owners of the land, as the mothers of the market, as the mothers of the land. And know that foreigners have their limits, their boundaries that they should really stand and obey as long as another man's country is concerned, as long as the country Ghana is concerned. Right? So if there is an underlying issue between you people as citizens of Ghana and your market women, right, it is left for you people to address that issue between yourselves, with the trade union government, with the laws of the government governing businesses whatsoever, to handle and tackle that. So that if there is room that yes, prices are inflated unnecessarily, it should be curtailed and tamed down. Then people enjoy your business, your country, and your marketplaces in peace. So I would stand on the ground here to say that what the women are saying at the end of the day is nothing wrong. They have the right to speak. That is their country, that is their land, that's their market. You don't tell them how to react and how not to react. At the end of the day, people who owns their community, people who owns the land and understand the law of the land and own the laws in the land, have every sole right, veto right, to stand and speak out on things that are not sitting well with them as citizens of the country, particularly our mothers, our dear beloved mothers. And you forget the fact that these women go as far as cultivating most times these plants, the stress of it, come to the market to sell. Old women as such, so they will not find it funny in any way or form to definitely see that foreigners come to displace them from their positions, from their businesses. And to all citizens of the country, at the end of the day, as business owners, it is high time you all put your head together with both business owners and not business owners, as long as you're a citizen of the country Ghana, to harness things, to fine-tune things, come to a common understanding, which is memorandum of understanding, so that everybody will live peacefully, happily in the country. Foreigners too, on this other hand, should know their boundaries, follow what the laws and the rules says when it comes to foreigners doing business. You can't definitely be faster than your shadow at the end of the day in another person's land, knowing better, understanding better, and trying to take over other people's land, and you expect them to sit down and watch you do that. No, come off it. We are all human beings, right? Even if I'm doing it right or wrong, you cannot come and control me, right? In my own house, the way I want to do it. But it's left for me to use my conscience to know that, okay, I'm not getting it right. Even if this is my house, I'm not doing right, I'm not behaving right. Right? And take corrections and change, which is for the indigenous of Ghana as a country. But for the foreigners, you would definitely know that, yes, you are a foreigner, except at the end of the day, you have become a citizen, a verified and legal citizen. Does not even, depict the fact that even as citizens, you are above the law. In any country, both in Nigeria, citizens or non-citizen, nobody is above the law of a country, of a land, of a community, of a business. At the end of the day, everybody is under the law. Even if you are the president, the law governs, the law rules, and the law dictates and depicts what you should do as a leader, as a citizen, no matter your level of exposition, your level of leadership, your position in the country. Not because in Nigeria we are so lawless, our leaders does not even understand the law, talk more of following it. The only time you see Nigerian law come to play is when they want to intimidate, oppress the less privileged, oppress the voiceless, oppress the minors, oppress people who are not really, at the end of the day, financially fit and capable, right, to defend themselves. That is where you see law come to play in Nigeria, when they want to victimize people, oppress them, subject them. If you are a truthful Nigerian, you should know that. So this is 2025. It's high time we take cognizance of what we go to other people's country for in the first place, how we go there, and what we do there at the end of the day. Mapping our boundaries, keeping to the laws of the country, and abiding to it. That's why you go to South Africa, every other country, they are complaining the same thing. So to my brother DJ Pokarich, in case you stumble on this video, I would say I love the job you're doing, but let's get it right. Your women, your citizens have the right to definitely cry out and say things the way it doesn't sit with them. And if you have issues with them, channel that issue on a different note and address it. You all as citizens should do that. Then we'll know that it's a different ball game altogether. Because we all experience the same thing too. Nigerians are back home here repeating themselves as Nigerians with inflation of prices on goods and commodities, right? So we have our weaknesses as Nigerians, we have our strengths and our challenges. Let's handle it back home, not going out to tell people how to live their life and make them uncomfortable. I don't stand to represent that. And on the other, where you people should learn to manage yourselves, accommodate yourselves and live comfortable and rightly as citizens of Ghana and as citizens of Nigeria. And with this, I will say, whatever it is that I have not said, maybe I missed out, let me know in the comment section. If you actually agree with what I'm saying, this is my own honest opinion, without sentiment, without bias, not to demean, demote, demarket anyone, any citizen, but to say it just the way it is, raw and undiluted, nothing but the bitter truth. I acknowledge the fact that you said and you pointed out your displeasures when it comes to your citizens in Ghana as indigenous traders. It's fine you said it, and so many other people have the same opinion as Ghanaians and as your truth, and they can defend and attest to that. It's fine, but at the end of the day, let's have a common understanding and resolution that whatever borders us as citizens of various countries, we have the right to address and tackle it. So leave your opinion at this point, your objective. You disagree, you agree, let me know in the comment section constructively and respectfully. And please listen to understand and comprehend. Very important, so that you don't misconstrue, you don't misinterpret and change the narrative to suit your bias and sentimentally kind of character. I will not take that, right? And at the end of the day, let's keep it real, happy, safe, and blessed. But please, if you do like this video, hit on the like button. It's totally free. If you like it on here, you can join this family of like-minded and prospect who are taking countries in West Africa down to Africa and Africa to the world by exposing what we have, reacting and analyzing to real life issues and experience that borders us on a daily basis. And as the ambassador, there's an ambassador is on. Hey, Tori Baje. Yes, so ambassador one of the motherland Ghana. He's a runner. Saying it raw, live and direct on the stable of vibes upon vibes with Chivi. Until then, I will see you in my next one. But for now, keep it real, happy, safe, and blessed. Ciao, ciao.